Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. We are live again for another weekly installment of the Star Cup. We are here for round 6 at Imola with a sprint race ahead of us. This is Greg Jennings joining you alongside Chenzo as always. Chenzo, how are you doing today? I'm going to get you in quickly because we got to get this one shot underway.
Yeah, hello, hello. I'm doing well. Really excited for this sprint race at the halfway point of the season.
Right, so we've just crossed 5 races with 5 remaining, and this is going to be one of those 5. And we are excited for Imola. Personally, one of my favorite tracks, a track that really demands a lot out of the driver, especially on this one-shot qualifying. It's really all going to be on the line here. We got a sprint race and a full 50% race to do as well. But going into the qualifying, we're going to see who can set the pole position. Let's ride on board with our championship leader, who is another one. And let's see if he can improve his qualifying from what he's been doing lately. He's been driving very, very well, but he's not been qualifying as good as his race pace has been suggesting. So let's see if he can correct that or at least continue the same trend. As now they head through the first chicane, heading towards turn 5 and 6 right here. Really fun to blast through here with these really impressive Formula 1 cars. Now through turn 7, you want to be careful on the power, going up the hill. Looks like another one is doing very well in P3 for now. H&P Hooligans, though, is so far on pole.
Yeah, now we're getting into the Aqua Minerale section. Easy on the brakes. Make sure not to go too deep or else you completely ruin the lap. Up and over the hill. And now we head to the chicane.
And you really
You
want
can
to
lose the entire
fly
lap.
through here. You want to just
Yeah.
send the car through there.
Just
As
get
another
on the
one
power
does.
here.
And he gets up to P2. Oh, P1 it is, with Hooligans having some difficulty there. So it looks like another one is so far in pole position. His teammate is threatening him, but H&P Hooligans is right back there in P2. This is
Oh,
going to be very close.
oh, 1-2. Oh,
Wow, another one.
nice.
And Jordan, 1-2 in the McLaren, and very close to one another. Another one with a 1:15.3, followed by BRZ on bags, Hazy Ozzy, H&B Hooligans. The usual suspects are up there, of course, as well as our new Star Cup debut members, Jay Jackin, as well as I Took Your Dogs. If you remember him from round 1 when he joined me in the booth, he's now joining us on the track. Welcome to him. And between them, I just couldn't quite catch that. It was Bella, our runner-up in the championship right now, behind another one who did lose some points last race. And then after that, it is Dogs, as mentioned, DRS Maestro, Clip Menzo, and then it's XM, Alex Lankara, Snake and Beans, TCR T-Bone in P14, Leader Liebag, Ski to Bike from the Mushroom Cup is here, Zudi as well is here, along with Dastardly in 19th. We have AZ Racing in 18th, and then Golar in very last. Looks like 2 drivers there did DSQ. Very close qualifying, though, overall.
Yeah, very close. Unfortunate for those that disqualified, as it only being two that did, everyone else got to set a lap. But
Oh,
it's raining. I was gonna mention that, Greg. It's Imola. We know historically it can happen. There is a good chance, and this time it did rain. So now what do we do? Is this it looks like intermediate weather,
yeah,
right?
definitely. I think it's in the intermediate range. But who knows? Some drivers could have the opportunity to put on the wet tires if things are going to get worse. But I think the dry tires are not going to be available. This definitely looks wet. So we'll see what they do. I imagine most of them will be on that intermediate. But we'll see what the weather does as the race gets going. And looks like the intermediate is the suggested tire. So that's what we are going to get most likely. Just waiting for the drivers to get ready here.
Yeah, and that run to turn one is going to be crucial for how the rest of this race goes, basically.
Yeah, it's going to be very dicey into that turn 1. The straight here at Imola, the start finish straight, is not completely straight, so you do have to mind your business, especially if you're going 3 wide. And the chicane is very hard to run side by side with as well because of the curbs. They are quite deadly. So it's a track that really demands perfection and punishes over aggressiveness, but then again, turn 1 might be your best chance to make up some positions because these rain conditions will make it harder to pass than normal. So just checking here, intermediates on every single driver as we expected. And we'll see if that changes at all.
Yeah, we'll see if the race is also uh, during rainy conditions or mixed conditions at least.
Anything could happen around Imola. It's truly unpredictable. The sun could come out, the rain could come down even harder, or it could just stay just like this. We will see. Just a sprint race though, so not the most amount of laps. So as the race gets further and further along, that pit stop will become more and more risky. But a safety car, things like that, could really open up some opportunities. We will see, and we'll see if those dry tires do come out. Probably the soft tire if we're going to think far ahead. But for now, just the drivers finishing the formation lap, and as we mentioned, the McLaren boys, 1 and 2, another one in Jordan, looking to hopefully work together on this opening sequence here.
Yeah, that's big in the championship because I think they're leading the constructors.
Yes, and Bella is right now the drivers into P2. I believe it is Hazy after that. And another one has a decent points gap, almost 20 points, I believe. So he does have a little bit of comfort, but of course he wants to extend that. And he wants to avoid any issues here, particularly in the main race, but the sprint race as well will be an opportunity to score some points. So he's going to want things to work out, of course. We will see how clean the drivers can keep it. It's going to be very difficult into this first turn. Who knows if anyone's practiced any, wet running or anything like that. It could be their very first laps on the wet track. We'll see. But we are getting ready for Imola round 6 as the drivers are just settling now onto the grid, waiting for the lights to come on. The rain is coming down. The pressure is mounting. First of 2 races ahead of you tonight is starting right now. And we are off with the McLarens taking up the front row. Looks like Jordan 2 Wavy has got a great start, and he has put his teammate, another one, under a little bit of pressure. However, another one has the inside line, which is going to be crucial. And Jordan does show his teammate some respect there, as
Oh,
now the drivers are going through the chicane. Any drivers spinning out there?
Jordan went off.
Oh, yes, you're right, Genzo. And looks like in the back there, DRS Maestro, he's earned a nickname of DNF Maestro quickly in this league. He is spinning in the back of the frame there, back in P20, off of the back of the field. But everyone else relatively in line. Did anyone get any damage through all of that? We will see. But Jordan did have a moment there and drop back to P5. So now it's BRZ on bags behind another one in the Alpine.
Yeah, I think he
Oh!
almost spins out again. I think he just caught a little bit of grass going into the turn 1 entry, and it just set him off for the rest of that corner, unfortunately.
Very difficult through here. The chicane is very, very aggressive, and the rain is certainly not helping the traction on the exit. Let's just check the positions overall to see what happens. So Jordan did lose those 3 positions. TCR T-Bone gained 3 of his own. And further down, we had Dastardly going up 4, as well as Golar going up 3. So nothing too crazy, besides DRS Maestro there, losing 11 positions on the back of the field. But he is quickly catching up, so he's got some great pace. Hopefully he still has an opportunity to get through the field. So now T-Bone and Leader are side by side on the straight. Leader is getting by on the inside in the Haas. Into the chicane. And the move is completed for P12. Anyone else feeling like anything? It's going to be kind of hard to get a pass done, especially in this part of the lap, and also the rain conditions do not help. So you're really looking for turn 1 as your primary, or I guess it's turn 2 on this track, as your primary opportunity for sending the move. And maybe something into the second last corner is possible as well. That's kind of the best opportunities to get a move done around here.
Yeah, I agree with that. That last one is pretty difficult, but it can be done. Uh, or maybe even just try to take advantage of someone else's little mistake. That'll get you a speed advantage where you can make the move.
And speaking of an advantage, another one is bridging the gap, actually creating the gap from BRZ on bags, now up 1.4 seconds ahead of P2 and setting the fastest lap so far. So he's looking good to hold on to that pole position. Can Hazy challenge BRZ maybe for that P2 as well? We will see, but for now the top 5 looks stationary. Bella is in P6, and I Took Your Dogs is doing an awesome job here on his debut in the Williams in a points-paying position for now in P7. Right behind Jay Jacken is right behind him as well, also doing very well.
Yeah, they're still very much alive. There's that whole pack there from like P4 down to P9, P8.
And another one had a bit of a mistake there. Looks like the gap went down closer to a second. It's now going up again, but something did happen there. And as Chenzo mentioned, it's relatively close all the way from the very front to approximately P8 now with a bit of separation there. But all the drivers still have a shot. No one is getting too far away. And we're going to see if the weather changes as well, as now we're already on to lap 4. Oh, we have an interesting question as always from our resident viewer, Speedmaster. Speedmaster, how's it going? Also, just wanted to say, in terms of the wet weather conditions, it's a great question. I think over time the game does dry the track out, but unfortunately I don't think it's like an actual dynamic feature. It's more of like a set on rails kind of racing line that kind of gets drier. It's not like as if some driver pulled off to the left or the right, it would make it drier in that position. The game would kind of just simulate the quote-unquote racing line getting drier. So unfortunately, it's not quite as advanced as we'd like at this stage. But again, great question as always. Looking to get a little bit of information out of the broadcast as we always do. But for now, another one is building the gap again up to about 1.4 seconds as he was before.
Yeah, now Hooligans is starting to break away from that pack that we were talking about earlier. Looks like he's built a gap of over a second near Jordan.
Oh, and Menzo got by XM there just outside of Aqua Minerale. That's highly unusual, so perhaps XM having a bit of an issue through that very difficult turn, especially as mentioned in these wet conditions. And I think the rain is kind of been remaining stationary for now. I don't see it really changing too much, but who knows? Another one is going faster though with a 125.3, so maybe, just maybe, the track is improving just a little bit.
And maybe it gets just a tad bit drier or just dry enough to get on some softs, but it's a long pit stop. Would you risk going onto the softs
Right,
but
very good
lose like
point.
35 seconds?
Yeah, particularly when you're coming out of the pit lane, you are just going so slow for so long, just due to the nature of the track and how the straight kind of
Right.
bends. And I think they kind of accommodate some other series that have a lot more garages, so it needs to be that big around here. Um, and it just results in a very risky decision sometimes to go into the pit lane. But yeah, I think the track is getting a little bit drier, but of course nowhere near the point of switching anything for now. Alex Lankara first to get 3-second penalty, and I think there's going to be more drivers who are
Oh
going to
no.
get that. Maybe Dastardly has one as well, but there's definitely going to be more joining them, especially in the longer race later on. It's very
Oh
easy
yeah.
to get penalties around here. Very
It's
easy.
such a tough track for this.
Oh, and here we go. Another driver joining them. XM now, the third driver to get a penalty. And the field is really spaced out all of a sudden, so no one's quite in a striking position besides Alex Lankara, who has the run on the inside of XM, as we mentioned earlier. Both the drivers
Makes
have
him
a penalty,
move.
though, but he gets the move done. And look at DRS Maestro showing some great pace, and what could have been possible Perhaps later on as well, what could be possible because he did set the
Oh,
fastest lap there. Oh!
oh, oh,
Alex
oh.
had a big moment through the chicane, and Menzo got it to penalty at the same time, and XM gets back by Alex after losing the position.
So I believe that's 6 seconds for Menzo now. Someone went off at the first
I
chicane,
think it was
but
Zudi.
I think they're back. And one of the Ferrari boys went on the dry tires, so they're gonna be the guinea pig, just so we see what the pace is.
Wow, I had no idea. So Dastardly is going to try that. Looks like the rain has
It
stopped.
stopped. It
Yeah,
stopped.
the rain has stopped. There's
Oh,
no more rain falling, so maybe there is a decision to be made here. Roughly halfway through the race now. Still some laps to be done, and it could be drying quickly. This is very interesting all of a sudden, and we see the penalties now are getting more and more prevalent throughout the grid.
another one got a penalty.
Oh, that's killer for him.
Oh,
So now BRZ is
and
putting him under more pressure.
AZ gets a penalty.
It is
So
popping
I'm
off.
I'm watching the Ferrari on softs, and I can't really say with confidence that it's the right choice yet. But it looks like it's gonna be in a couple laps.
He is struggling a little bit. I was watching him through Aqua Minerale there. Excuse me. But the soft tires are going to come alive. It's just not quite there. Does any drivers
Oh,
pit, though? Looks like some do. We'll see what tires they're putting on. Surely the soft tires. It's TCR T-Bone and
yeah.
AZ Racing into the pit lane as well. And you see just how long that pit stop is.
Yeah, I mean, it's a throw of the dice, but may as well go for it. If you think you can pull it off, just go for it.
So we'll keep an eye on those gaps for now, and we'll see what those drivers can do. Another one is continuing to build a gap slowly, and he's going to now need to build it to at least 3 seconds. And he does
Doesn't
not
pit.
pit for now, so he's going to stay out probably till the end of the race, he's thinking, as he sets the
Nah,
fastest lap.
that might be the best move. Stick it
HMP
out as long
Hooligan.
as
Oh,
you can.
sorry, Chenzo.
It's
HMP
okay.
Hooligans is near his rival Hazy as well. As the track continues to dry, it really looks a lot drier, but it's still not quite there. The gap between T-Bone and Zudi ahead of him is still kind of around the same, and you'd think the soft tires would be a lot faster at this stage.
Oh, and Hazy's kind of struggling now.
He's feeling the pressure of his rival behind him. H&P always wants to get by Hazy at bare minimum, and he's looking to do the same. But he's going to have a tough time doing that as the DRS has not been activated. Looks like someone had difficulty up there. That
Oh,
was BRZ. That's big for another
BRZ.
one, because that's a big gap now to Hazy Ozzy it is in P2. I think the track is giving the drivers a lot of difficulties here in these interchangeable conditions. Dastardly's got another penalty, and I think the soft tires are just not working out so far.
Yeah, not yet. Doesn't look like they're really catching up to the people on inners.
Another one
There you go.
continues to set
Yeah.
the pace, so that just shows you he's doing well. Jordan is also behind HMP, as discussed earlier, who's got Hazy in front of him, but
Oh,
Jordan might have a move here into the chicane. There is a yellow flag ahead that might interrupt things here. Looks like Jordan does not have the space to get that dive completed, though, and they remain as they were. But there was a yellow flag for a moment there.
yeah. So I think one of the Ferraris on the softs went off in that section. That's why the yellow came out.
Oh!
Another
You're
one.
right. I think it's Dastardly. He's losing a lot of time here. The softs are not working. He is now, unfortunately, going a lap down, and he was the driver causing that yellow flag. As you can see, just no grip. Look at him slide across the track like that. It's like he's
Oh,
on ice. And Zudi has pulled multiple seconds from T-Bone as well. So... Oh, someone's in the pit lane, though. Who is that? Snake and
Aston Martin.
Beans.
Yeah, Snake and Beans.
Someone was off the track as well. Alex Lankara while I was flipping through there. He's now recovering. Another one is still in a great position to take the sprint win for now. Let's head back up to Jordan and H&P Hooligans, as
Yeah,
well as
another one just needs to
Hazy.
bring it home, not get another penalty, or else he would be right on the limit uh, for losing the win to Hazy.
Oh, Jay Jacken had some difficulty there in the Sauber. No, he did have some difficulty. Looks like a Tookie Dogs got through, maybe? Not quite sure, because I Tookie Dogs was in 7th before. Not sure what happened there. DRS Maestro is pitting as well. But, oh, he's retiring. Did a very decent job, though. He did make up some positions, but very hard to get points in a sprint if you have a
Yeah.
big moment like that off the start. Looks like H&P, though, was battling Jordan there into turn 9 as they head towards Aqua Minerale.
Oh, they all get
Oh!
penalties. Oh no.
That was
But Jordan
deadly.
does it.
Absolutely. So Jordan now has an advantage over the drivers ahead of him. Oh, but he
Oh,
gets some wing damage there, so now
damage.
it's all kind of equalized. All three drivers having some difficulty through the second and third sector here as we head on to the final lap, or the second last lap, rather.
Oh, Hazy.
Looks like Jordan is struggling to stick with them now, but all he has to do is stay within 3 seconds. That could be possible.
He can
There's
make
a
a move
car
here.
ahead. What is
Oh no!
that?
Oh,
Oh!
oh,
Jordan hits
oh,
a Ferrari of AZ Racing, who is not ghosted. That is surely controversial. We caught that whole
oh
thing from
man.
start to finish. The ultimate podium has changed about 5 times in the past 20 seconds. My goodness.
Oh man, you gotta feel for him.
And look at this,
Can't believe
BRZ
that
on
happened.
bags is right back with no penalties somehow, looking to get to P2. I'm gutted for Jordan, though. That was clearly a game glitch of a car
Yeah.
not doing as we expect it to on this format that we have.
Oh,
Oh, what was that? I Took You Dogs is out as well. What happened to him?
I don't know. BRZ had a big moment into Aqua Minerale. He went sideways.
This has been so chaotic for a sprint race. My goodness. Another one is now looking to have the calmest race of them all and start from finish and finish in first as well. I said that wrong, but he is done a
Oh,
very good job here, set the fastest lap as well, and he's looking great to get some more points over his rivals. BRZ on Bags is in P2 because of those penalties from Hazy and HMP, and then it's Bella, Jay, Jordan, who just got absolutely screwed there, and he looks like he got a penalty as well, potentially.
yeah, he got
He
a
drops to
penalty at the
P8,
end.
leader P7, very solid for him. XM and P9, Menzo and P10 having some difficulties today with the penalties. Golar did a great job getting up to P11 from the back. Skeeta Bike as well, doing well in P12. Alex, we saw, had some moments there. He is struggling. He's on those soft tires that really did not work out for anyone who tried them. And we are
Yeah, it took
looking
too
to
long.
move into the 50%er. Yeah, the pit lane, right? It's just too big, and the rain just did not go away quick enough. Looks like Zudi
Big
was.
race from leader.
Oh, it's Snake and Beans are waiting on. Yes, great race from leader. Let's just quickly check that. 8 positions up from his starting spot, and Golar was up 9. So those are your biggest position gainers. Leader Liebeg did get some points, but Golar unfortunately did not. Anyway, though, another one, as mentioned, did have a shaky moment there, but overall looked pretty comfortable in the lead for the sprint win. Very nice.
Yeah, dominant win. And he got the fastest lap at the end. Can he get the pole and win it again?
I think he can. He looked really comfortable there. He's going to have some competition for sure, though. And let's see what the weather looks like for the second race of the evening.
Ooh.
That was really chaotic and particularly the battle between Hooligans, Hazy, BRZ at the end there was absolute chaos. And again, Jordan too wavy with that big collision, which was totally not his fault, into the rear of the Ferrari of I think it was AZ Racing. So some clips to review for later, but for now, we're gonna have to forget about that and do it all again in this one-shot qualifying. Oh, it's
Oh,
even worse.
this is full wets for sure.
Yes, that is pouring rain.
Oh
Oh, that's gonna put
man.
so much pressure on this first lap. Only one
And
chance.
I think we will see minimum 5 people invalidate here. It's so tough in the rain.
Yeah, we did not see the qualifying in the rain in the first session, right? That's when the car is on the limit. And with the undulation here and the curbing and just the nature of the track, it really gets slippery when it comes down like this, which does happen quite often around here. We did see the race get rained out in real life a few years ago.
Yep.
So it's definitely possible. But anyway, we're flying now onto the start finish straight. Who's going to have the advantage here in this very difficult conditions? I'm going to say another one is going to be my favorite, but it could be all up to one mistake. Let's try and get on board with him here. Yes. Oh my goodness, it's so hard to get the driver you want. Okay,
Yeah,
that might not be
it's okay.
possible.
Got
Oh, almost
Hool
got him.
it, yeah, Hooligans is in the pole right now, but Jordan right there along with DRS Maestro
Very
and
nice from DRS
XM.
Maestro.
Yeah, XM in the fight for the top 5 as well.
And another one had some difficulty in the chicane there. He's down in P11, but that has not stopped him before in the races we've seen. However, he's still looking to improve from there, now up to P9, but he did make a mistake there for sure. Does anyone challenge HMP Hooligans on this very difficult, wet, slippery Imola circuit? Looks like BRZ is very close, along with DRS Maestro. It's all to play for here. No disqualifies so far, though. Obviously, some mistakes.
Oh.
Oh, there's one.
Uh,
But some mistakes being made, but no one completely missing the mark. Another one had another mistake there. He's in P17 now, which is going to be a little bit of
oh
a
boy.
challenge. But HMP Hooligans does finish the lap in pole position by 5/10
Nice.
after all. So we had a very good end to the lap. DRS Maestro definitely recovering and doing very well from that sprint race. Hopefully he can have a clean start and we can see lots of him in the front. Bella is in P3, way ahead of his championship rival for now, who's going to start in P18. And BRZ on bags, J Jack and Jordan is in P6. We have XM, Alex Lankara, Hazy, who did have some difficulty there compared to his first qualifying session down in P9. And overall, that looked incredibly hard to just get that right on the first occasion.
Yeah,
Oh,
it looked like
Hazy
some
tried the
people were just
inters.
surviving.
Look at that.
Not bad. Not bad for
Yeah,
being on the inners, yeah.
he's crazy. um, So yeah, and then it was Clip Menzo, Skeeta Bike, Dastardly Daddy doing very well in 12th and 13th respectively. Then Leader Leabag and Snake and Beans was the last one to set a time. And then we have the drivers who did not. I Took You Dogs, AZ Racing. Another one is mentioned, our championship leader, and Golar and Zudi as well. So that's really going to be interesting. We'll see, excuse me, just what another one can do. And we'll also see what weather we have for our main race tonight.
I would imagine at some point it's gonna rain the way it's been going for the
Would
like
not be
few
surprising.
sessions, yeah.
But we are
Oh,
dry for
okay.
now, which I'm sure a lot of the drivers are happy to see. At least for the start of the race, you want it to be a bit more predictable. Looks like the skies are completely clear as well, so
Yeah.
whatever weather may be out there could be a ways away, but you never know. And a bit more straightforward here, at least on the strategy side of things, with potentially drivers looking to do that one stop, medium to hard, or vice versa. We will see. Maybe someone will throw in a soft tire here and there, but I think most of them, if if pressed to no safety cars, will go for the one stop. So we will see what happens.
Yeah, I think the one stop is ideal. You know, it depending on when the safety car comes out, um, that's probably when you would want to pit, preferably more towards like the middle stage of the race. Um, but if we get a safety car early, that kind of changes your strategy a little bit. But now you could also extend your stint and maybe put on the softs for the end of the race.
So looks like in terms of the strategy, we have a good mix up here. Most are on the mediums or hards. We have Leader Liebag and AZ Racing on the soft tires, interestingly enough, further down the field. Bella is going to be the highest up runner on that hard tire strategy. Let's see if he can stick with DRS Maestro and H&B Hooligans, who's looking to get his first Star Cup win. And I think the tire wear might be a little bit punishing, particularly on, I want to say the front tires, but maybe it was the rears.
Yeah.
I don't remember. But we'll see what happens. Safety cars could be a big deal, particularly with that pit lane being so long, as we mentioned earlier. So it's usually worth it to come in. And another one is all the way down to P18 on the medium tire. Let's see if he can have a clean start and not look to get any damage that would really set him back. But he's going to have to be aggressive as well because it's not the easiest track to get by people. The DRS, though, can be very powerful if you are in the right position. So we will see. I'm excited to have some, hopefully a little bit easier overtaking. Oh, we had some drivers almost make contact there on the formation lap.
Oh,
Uh,
yep, they disqualified.
yeah, it was a was it a,
It's
yeah
a
it was
speed
a
bike.
Sauber and yeah a Mercedes. There it goes. That's gonna they at least got most away around the lap as BRZ has joined them. That's not good, but they got some tire temperature into those tires, but that's not ideal for sure.
Yeah, they're gonna be losing quite a bit of temperature, but I'd still take it over not doing the lap at all.
All right, we are ready now for the main race of the evening. Looks like T-Bone is getting his usual routine underway again, showing us the front wing as he makes sure to check in on all the drivers. He says, hey, keep it clean back here, gentlemen. I don't want to see any shenanigans. And he wants to make sure every driver knows that it is all on the line here for Star Cup Round 6. Every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are here again. Greg and Chenzo, as always, starting now the main race of the evening that we've been looking forward to. Let's see what happens here into this turn one, and let's see what happens to BRZ on Bags on those slightly colder tires. Looks like he's making up for it so far. Any change in the front? Looks like not for now. BRZ's doing very well, getting up a position as now the drivers head down to the first chicane here. Surely a little bit more moves we can see throughout the field, but we
Oh,
see a little bit of wings being broken. Not quite sure who it was. Another one did make up some positions there. He's up to P13. That's looking good so far.
very
Do
nice.
we see any broken wings as they head through 5 and 6? I don't see any myself.
Yeah, I can't see any. Oh, maybe the Alpine of BRZ
And
on the front
T-Bone
right.
as well. T-Bone as well.
Oh, T-Bone.
We're just going to quickly check the drivers as we go through here. The uphill, kind of downhill, right, left-hander of turn 9, which is very fast. Another one is doing very well into P12, putting Clip Menzo under a little bit of pressure. Or sorry, not Clip Menzo, that was Leader. But no moves for now into the chicane. We had someone going off the track there that was AZ Racing. Bella is also made up a move there on, who was that, Alex? Not quite sure. Very frantic first lap though. H&P Hooligans looking good in the front for now, 1.3 seconds ahead of DRS Maestro.
And another one ended up making the move on leader.
So another one is very much in this. He's only in P10 now, getting by XM as well through the chicane there. And he's got T-Bone, who is hurting a little bit in front of him, so that shouldn't be too difficult. And then he's going to be right in the main pack, but Hooligans in the front there is getting away. We had some contact there with Jay Jackin a little bit there. Looks like he had some difficulty, and now Hazy Aussie is getting by. Oh, Jay is off the track.
Oh,
He got on the grass
big
there.
moment.
Oh, he's lucky the ghost
Oh,
worked there. That could have been a huge collision. He's now falling all the way down, making sure not to get in anyone's way, which is very good, but falling down to the back of the pack now in P20. That was a big moment there. Just got on the grass. And I Took You Dogs has got by Skeeta Bike through Aqua Minerale as well. Another one is looking to size up T-Bone here. Surely this shouldn't be too hard. Another one's got some great pace in this McLaren all season, as well as this track. It has been no exception. Hooligans, though, is looking very good in the lead.
oh, Alex Lankara.
Alex, though, setting a good lap. And over 3 wide ahead there. Who was that? That was Hazy. Oh, wow. This is all kicking off. The DRS is open. Another one is still in P9. Looks like he didn't quite get by T-Bone there, who did also have the DRS, so maybe it wasn't as easy as we thought. And this track is so punishing. Now another one has already got a 3-second penalty. I was just going to say the curbs and the gravel traps are very deadly, but of course the penalties in between can be just as bad. Another one that's not looking good. He does not want to be the first driver to get a penalty, but surely more drivers will get them. He just has to be careful now.
Yeah, he has to be careful. Push too hard in the opening laps.
Oh, he's thinking about it on T-Bone there into the chicane, which is always very risky.
How about
but he
here,
needs
though?
to get by. Looks like T-Bone used a bit of battery to create a little bit of separation and get back in the slipstream of Bella ahead. And now we have a train all the way from P3 to, I guess, another one in P9.
Hazy fastest lap on the hards.
They are moving ahead. Look at Jordan weaving through the traffic into P4 now. I think he got by 2 cars there, Hazy and DRS. And DRS is following here. He was in P2, I want to say a lap ago. He's already down to P6. Wonder what's happened to him.
Think he might have been the biggest loser in the DRS train.
That was crazy. The DRS is super powerful here. And sometimes, as the guy in the front, you are completely helpless. Leader Liebag also doing well, making up some positions. He did very well in the sprint race. He is very good in the rain. Let's see if he can keep it up in the dry. For now, he's behind XM in the Red Bull. And let's get back up to Jordan, who is right in this pack with Hazy, DRS Maestro, and Bella, as well as another one. All together here, all within striking range of one another. We had some contact there between Jordan and Alex into the braking zone. Hopefully it wasn't too bad, but Alex did get a penalty because of that, maybe. And now Jordan is going to be right by him on the left side. Does Hazy join them? He's got a huge run here. Look at the DRS working. He's moving to the right now as Alex is really defending hard, and Alex goes for the defense on the inside, but Hazy just shuts the door and gets the move done. And Alex now falls back to P6 behind Bella. So Bella is now into P5, looking to catch up. He's on those hard tires as well, let's not forget that. And Jordan looking to get back up to where he was in the sprint race at the start, at least.
So is this a sign that the hard tires are the best tire?
Oh, yeah.
At the moment.
You're right, because I forgot Jordan was on them as well. He is on the hard tires along with Bella. So they are slowly catching up. Just about, maybe just neck and neck with BRZ on bags ahead of them. Hooligans, though, still looks like he has the pace over everyone, which is awesome for him.
2.7 gap.
And he's looking for his first win as well. So he wants things to keep going just as they are.
We'll see if Jordan makes a move here.
Oh yes, I don't even know who to watch. I was going to say another one is having difficulty getting further up the field. Jordan, though, having no such problems getting by BRZ on bags into P2. Another one has kind of stalled out a little bit, though, ever since making up a lot of those positions. He's been caught in these DRS trains. BRZ on bags is fighting back on Jordan out of the chicane, and now
Oh,
Jordan has made a mistake through 5 and 6 and got a penalty as well. Hazy pounces immediately on the inside into turn 7.
he got on the banana curve and just the car lost all grip.
Ferocious battling here for the higher points. Hooligans is continuing to increase that margin, though. And we do see a big train further back in the field as well, starting to emerge behind Ski to Bike for the remaining positions. Lots of drivers close together back here as well. Jay Jackin among them, having that big moment we saw earlier, but he is still running. He did have a moment there almost into the back of Dastardly, but looks like they got through. Leader Liebag is adding to the list of drivers who are penalized, which I'm sure will continue to grow. And Hazy should have the easy DRS pass on BRZ, who squeezes him to the right a little bit.
Oh,
As
Jordan
well as
making a move
Jordan
now.
flying through. This is some crazy... Oh, there's rain! There's rain,
Oh.
Chenzo! Oh my god, I can't
Oh,
even put
no
my sentence
way.
together. The rain has fallen right as this battling continues down the DRS straight, out of the chicane. And now that is going to really put a wrench into things. It could be some heavy rain, it could be some light rain. We'll see. Does anyone have a moment?
Perhaps wait a lap or two just to kind of feel it out. But man, what a change in the dynamic of this race. We're
And
barely 7 laps in.
Ski to Bike's already on the intermediate, so he's definitely putting those to the
Man.
test. We'll see what he
Taking a
can do.
gamble.
We'll see what he can do. Let's see what the front runners do into the pit lane, particularly HMP. It's going to be tough for him because he's going to be the first guy to make a choice here. I think it's not... I think it's pretty heavy. I don't think it's going to be too long here before we switch.
Oh, he's staying out? He's staying out. Let's see.
He's staying out. Jordan. Oh, BRZ's going in.
Okay. You know, I think maybe Hooligans has enough of a gap to take another lap to decide.
Absolutely, right? He could just see and have fresher tires, which could really help them out. If you go too early, you could burn them out and really slow yourself down for the rest of the race. Bella has got a 3-second penalty added to his name as well. So that's just going to continue to increase. And, oh yeah, Ski to Bike, you can see him there making up some time, as well as BRZ on bags coming out of the pit lane.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's getting inters here.
Yeah, Hooligans had a big moment into the second chicane. Almost completely lost it, so I think it is intermediate time.
So now they just got to be careful not to lose any more time than they already are.
Yeah, just tiptoe.
Going to be very hard to get this lap done. This looks very difficult. Going up the hill, we had another one squirrely there on the traction, but he is pushing the limits and staying on the track for now. XM is another driver to get a penalty. Oh, Jordan and Hazy are battling into probably a pit stop here.
Yeah. So now, are we pitting? Yep, it looks like we're all pitting.
Yeah, that grip really dropped off there.
Oh, did they touch? I couldn't see it. Did you see it?
I think there was just enough space in between them. And looks like no penalties have been added for now.
Too close for comfort, boys.
All the drivers are piling into the pit lane here. It's a little bit chaotic, but they're all coming in for those intermediate tires. Anyone who is not is crazy. BRZ on bags. Let's see how he does. He hopped on them very early.
Yep. Let's see.
This should work out well for him.
Oh, he's going to be in the top 3 for sure. Let's see. He might get the lead here.
As well as Jordan did very well. And Hooligans lost some time there for sure, going that extra lap. Alex Lankara also gained some spots back from being extra aggressive on that pit stop call. But now all the drivers are on the same tires. as the rain continues to fall.
Yeah, that was a really good call, whoever played early.
So another one is back into P8, again, just struggling to get higher up from there. He had a great opening couple laps, but since then it's been harder to get by these quicker drivers. We had someone having some difficulty there into the first chicane. That might have been Zudi, but he is still rolling. BRZ on Bags did make up some track position, but he is falling back a little bit from Jordan and Hooligans now in the front. So Hooligans can still get this win, of course. He just really needs to keep the penalties off his name. That would really help him out. Because Jordan right now is behind him with 3 seconds, so that's going to be hard for him to break a gap. We had also someone else getting a penalty there. I didn't quite see. They are really racking up. Skeeta Bike is getting them, and Jordan is now on the attack on the outside, but there's contact into the chicane, and it continues. No. And the drivers somehow stay on the track, and I think they didn't actually damage their cars very much.
That's
BRZ
crazy.
right behind them.
I thought Jordan lost his wing, but apparently not. He is okay.
What a moment there into the chicane. It's very risky. Oh, we had a speeding there further back. XM into the pit lane. That's not going to help, unfortunately for him. This rain has flipped the race on its head. HMP Hooligans was getting away, and I'm sure he wanted to have that continue as it was, but the rain did catch him out a little bit, and of course it's always hard to be the leader. It's very easy for others to be extra aggressive, and you kind of have to be more conservative. So he's still in the hunt. He's still in P2, but Jordan is showing some great pace, and who knows, maybe Jordan can look to build a gap. We will see. And there's no more DRS, so those crazy runs we were seeing might calm down a little bit. Alex and another one are battling very hard into the second last turn. Alex losing the car under braking. Another one right on the edge of the track. That's borderline illegal, but it's I don't know. It's hard racing. As now another one continues the fight down the straight, looking to get by Alex. Looks like he will do so for now. That was a big moment. Oh, and leader gets by T-Bone as well into the chicane.
Oh, very nice. Leader getting back up to P9.
So now more than half of the drivers have penalties. Zudi as well gets it in the back there. So it's really going to be an advantage to not do that, particularly for the front runners, HMP Hooligans and BRZ on Bags, Hazy as well. They want to keep that penalty away and put Jordan under a little bit more pressure. We're watching Snake and Beans and Jay. Oh, Snake and Beans had a moment there out of the chicane. And he does recover. He's in the gravel. But he lost the traction there on the rear. Back up to the front, though. On board with Hazy.
Yeah, we'll see if he can make a move here, but maybe it's still not the best decision to make. Might want to save battery for a couple more laps.
Alex Lankara gets a penalty. Let's just quickly check that overall. Alex, yeah, I thought, okay, he has 6, because I swear he had one before. So yes, he has 6 seconds now. Who else? Dashley has 6 seconds. And then XM and Zudi with 3 seconds and a speeding penalty for a total of 13. Everyone else with 3 for now.
And I wonder, Greg, if it actually dries up for the last couple laps, you know, it can change just as fast as it started raining, you know?
Absolutely, and also in between now and then, when are these intermediate tires going to start to wear out, and when is it going to be worthwhile to just throw another set of them on? Obviously, the the pit lane is very, very long, and if you do it at the wrong time, you can lose some positions under a yellow flag or a safety car. So yeah, who knows what'll happen. The dry tires could come out later. We've seen some craziness today so far. But for now, the drivers are continuing on that green intermediate. We'll see how long they last, though. It can't be forever. So surely the drivers are going to feel some tire wear soon, if not already.
How long have they had on these tires?
Yeah, predominantly 3 laps around there. I guess as people are crossing the start finish, yeah, probably 4. Those who were aggressive did it on 5, I guess.
So maybe they can go another 10 laps.
Oh, Zudi is out.
Oh no! Oh, in the pits though.
Yeah, you're right. His car is still rolling, so he just was too far back for his liking. Maybe there, retiring in the pit lane, unfortunately, but also making the right call to not cause a caution there or a safety car. Oh, but it's out.
No.
What happened?
What happened?
Did someone else have a yellow flag?
Second chicane.
Oh no!
Alex Lankara went off.
So the game, just to explain that quickly, the game has a
Zuri.
funny habit of sending out safety cars when like there's multiple yellow flags on the track. And for some reason, Zudi's yellow flag was still active, and then, yeah, as Chenzo mentioned, there was a moment there in the chicane by Alex, and that was enough for race control to bring out the safety car. But as you can see, there's no actual car to recover because Zudi was in the pit lane. So it's very interesting quirk of the game, which has shaking things up here. Will anyone pit? Looks like not for now.
Oh, Hazy goes for it.
Oh, Hazy does. Yeah. Oh, but he speeds.
He gets a 10-second.
Oh, killer penalty.
No.
He might want to just pit again and just go to the back of the field, honestly.
Yeah, may as well.
That is very unfortunate for him. He was going extra aggressive, and it might have worked out. Looks like he didn't lose that many positions getting those fresh inners on. But
7, I think.
10 seconds is huge in this field, especially with the safety car coming out now, bringing everyone closer together.
Yeah, in one of the slowest pit lanes, one of the longer pit stops, that 10-second penalty just really, really hurts.
Yeah, that's going to be killer. And looks like Hazy is the highest up runner on those fresh intermediates, which will feel different. There's 5 laps in between them, which is not nothing. So we'll see how quick they are in comparison. But it's interesting that a lot of drivers stayed out. That tells me that maybe there is something coming on the way. Maybe the rain might end. Because you'd think, like, if everyone was predicting it to continue as it is, why not go in? But of course, all it takes is one driver to stay out, and others will follow. Who knows? We're getting towards halfway, though, already in this race. I haven't even been able to take a breath. It has been amazing. We saw some insane runs and slipstreams on the start-finish there when it was dry, and now... Oh, another one! He gets a penalty under the yellow flag. That's not ideal. So he's 6 seconds now added to his name. I can't even in the safety car, there's action and things for us to discuss. There's no taking breaks tonight. Oh, looks like Bella has pits as well as Hazy. Yeah, as we mentioned, getting that penalty off.
Okay, yeah. So Bella pits.
And XM gets another one. Oh! And Alex retires.
I wonder if it's gonna dry up towards the end. That's why some are staying out.
That's what I think as well. Or it could be getting wet as well. Okay, XM is racking up the penalties here. He's gotten, I think, well over 30 seconds now.
23.
23. And Alex Lankara did retire under the safety car. Safety car has been very deadly here. Penalties being dished out and races are being changed. Hazy is out now, back into P15 on the freshest of all of the tires now.
So what helps him is he doesn't have any penalties, but it's kind of a mountain to climb
Chen,
being in P16.
I think it's getting worse here, Chenzo. Look at this.
It
It's coming
does,
down.
yeah.
I think that just kind of came in the last minute or so.
The
It
puddles are
Yeah,
quite noticeable.
that was what we thought, right? There's something on the way, and looks like it's actually maybe a switch to the wet tire that the drivers are thinking of. But that could be a risk as well. The intermediate is not as unusable on a wet track as it would be on a dry track. So we'll see. It might not stay that way for very long as well. Who knows? Oh,
I
what
guess
happened
we'll
to
really
BRZ?
notice. Uh-oh.
Oh,
Where's
he
he
left
at?
the session. Oh no.
Yeah, I guess we'll really notice once we get back to green flag conditions.
Does anyone pit? Menzo
No.
does. Menzo pits,
Oh.
and
Someone else.
Dastardly
Oh, someone's
does.
about to get lapped. Golar, I think.
Oh, that sucks for Golar. Let's see what is Menzo. Menzo's putting on the wet tire. Yeah, he's the engineer is probably starting to suggest to the drivers that some tire needs to be changed here because it is really pouring here. We've
Here we
seen a lot
go.
of rain tonight. My goodness. So at what point do these front runners do that as well? Is it gonna
Bella
stay
had,
wet?
yeah.
Is it gonna dry out? It's really
If,
tough to tell.
but you see, I think it's tough when you put on full wets. It has to be
Perfect,
pouring.
right?
Yeah, it has to
Yeah.
be perfect. If
Yes.
if it gets in anywhere in that crossover period, I feel like it's still uh, beneficial towards the intermediate tire runners.
Yeah, that's definitely true. That is one thing the game actually does quite well in terms of the real life F1 is the real F1 wet tires, if you know about them, are quite useless unless a perfect amount of water and grip is available, and they actually do work, but it's a very narrow range. So is it worth it to jump on them? We will see. You might burn them up as well in the meantime. They do not last very long. The rears, I found, really die. But anyway, will anyone come into the pit lane here on the restart? That is kind of dangerous in terms of just getting over there without causing chaos behind you. But surely they're going to have to wait a little bit longer. It'd be very risky to go in now. But if you know it's the right thing to do, why not do it?
And it looks like BRZ has not returned
Oh
to the
no.
lobby. Big for Jordan because now he can get a good advantage onto this straight
Look at
on the
this.
restart. Yeah.
So the AI actually... Oh, he goes in the
Oh
pit, so the
no!
AI is suggesting the wet tire. That tells you what you need to know. So it's definitely in the wet conditions, at least in terms of what the
Yeah,
game believes.
full wet. We'll see with
But
Bella what he does.
right, so he's on the wet tire. That's right. That's a good point. So he has a lot of grip. Look at this. He's
Oh,
sliding
big dive.
on the inside of Skeeta Bike. Does not quite have it there, but I think he's going to have another chance here not too long from now. It is pouring absolutely horrendously here. I would feel so bad if I was a spectator getting absolutely pelted.
Oh yeah.
And does anyone go in for the wet tire here? Looks like Menzo and Bella are making some progress.
A little bit. Bella got by Hazy.
And
Hazy and
Hazy's not the
Skeeta
easiest
Bike,
driver to
yeah.
pass as well, so that's a sign for sure. Oh, T-Bone had a moment there through Aqua Minerale. DRS Maestro, another one get by. What do the drivers do into the pit lane? That's going to be crucial.
It looks like Bella's making up time to the leader. Not a lot, but he's making up time.
And they're staying out. They are staying out for
Oh,
more of the same. So that's only going to help Bella, you would think, for now anyway. But he's got some cars to get through. Just because he's got the tire advantage does not mean he's going to get there. He needs to physically get around his
right.
competition. But he is gaining time, it has to be said. Surely he's feeling pretty good right now. But again, it takes the perfect conditions to sustain that. Let's see, he's
Oh,
getting passed back by Hazy. What a move. Maybe it's already gone back to inners. Who knows? That was
and he's
impressive.
struggling. He's struggling, so maybe it has gone back to intermediate conditions.
Wow.
That was quick. That did not last.
So as we mentioned, the hard tires quickly, potentially, we'll see, but potentially falling out of the window here. What a chaotic race this has been. It's kind of reminding me of a race that happened on the weekend between two very, very impressive and competitive leagues, where we saw a race where the weather was never clear cut as to what the tires, were capable of.
Right.
So I'm getting shades of that because Bella still is holding in there. He's not falling off. Maybe just he had one moment and had kind of trouble getting going again, but I just don't know. He doesn't quite have the exit that you would expect. Now, I Took You Dogs is getting by Jay, and let's just quickly highlight these drivers. I feel like they've moved up quite a few positions. I haven't mentioned them much tonight. Look at that. Took You Dogs up 10 positions, just behind another one who is up 14. Very good from both of them. I think Ituki Dogs took advantage of this wet weather for sure. He's looking good. He does have a penalty though, but we see more and more drivers get those as the race goes on.
Oh, Jay Jacken gets a 3-second penalty. He was
So
one
now,
of the few who still
yeah,
didn't have any.
what's that? Four drivers? Four drivers.
2, 3, 4, 5. Zach.
5. We see another.
It's putting the pressure on Jordan.
Absolutely. I'm watching from another one's point of view as well. It's all very close up here in the top positions. All the way to the lead. H&P Hooligans is your race leader if the penalty is applied at this very moment. So he's doing very well to stick with Jordan and put him under pressure. He might even be close enough to get by him here. We will see.
Oh, he gets a good exit.
And it's just
But not
so
good
hard.
enough, apparently.
Yeah, it's just so hard in this wet weather. Oh, BRZ is out. I think he came back and maybe retired his car out of frustration.
Bella's in the pits.
Bella's in the pits, so he's jumped off that strategy.
Yep. Inners now.
There you go. So that's proof that these guys made the right call and stayed out at least for now. Unfortunate for BRZ, did lag out there. That really sucks for him. His race is over. Now there's only 16 drivers competing for the points tonight. Another one is on the inside of DRS Maestro through turn 7. Looking very nice.
Yeah, very good move.
Oh, H&P Jordan briefly thought about battling there. I think Jordan had a moment.
Oh, Hazy
Gets a penalty. DRS and H&P now the only two without them up here.
Another one.
Another one is feeling the aggression into the chicane. Not quite. It's always crazy into there. But he's all over the back of H&P Hooligans.
Maybe right here he gets a good exit. But a move on the outside is kind of difficult here.
H&P on the inside. They keep side by side and keep the space. Looking very nice, gentlemen.
Oh, very
Another
good.
one slots behind, but he's got the good run here. And Shirley gets into P2. And DRS Maestro's right there. H&P tried to block him off, but Maestro's there to get by both the drivers into P2 for himself.
Oh, what a move. What a move. He just sneaks in there, and now he can attack Jordan and take the lead.
And he also has no penalties. He's probably close to getting one. He might be on 2 warnings. Who knows? But if he can keep that advantage, that would be so good for him. And H&P Hooligans is not out of it as well. Looks like we're seeing more of the crazy action on the straight here that we saw at the start, starting to emerge again. And the top four have really separated, has to be said, from Hazy Aussie, who had that moment there into P5.
Yeah, I believe now it's like a 3-second gap.
Oh, Hazy had another moment there through Aqua Minerale, and Bella gets a penalty. Yellow flag. Safety, virtual safety car is
No
out.
way. Oh, it's
That was
Bella. He
Bella.
retired
Yeah.
on track. Yeah.
Oh, look at his wing. It's all over the gravel there. Big moment coming out of turn 6.
So he may have genuinely crashed. I don't know. I couldn't see it.
Yeah, it's not the most common place to find your car. It
And the
is
safety
wet.
car
You
comes
never
out.
know. Oh,
So, oh!
oh!
Jordan decides not to pit. Did you see that?
The safety car is out, and the killer pit lane has struck because it's also a very easy track to get trapped like this. This is not going to be good for Jordan. Another one, and DRS Maestro. Oh, Jordan has to be careful here. Oh!
Oh my goodness.
That was to the limit.
Oh, and
To the
breathe.
limit. As I live and breathe. Jordan just stays behind the safety car. His race would have been over if he went over that.
Yeah.
For sure.
Because it doesn't give you any chance to kind of brake or give the spot back to the safety car. It just automatically disqualifies you.
So now,
Too
look at
close.
this. Hooligans took advantage of that, and he had some great pace. And now he's the highest runner on significantly fresher tires. 0 laps compared to 8 or 13. He's going to have a huge advantage here. Just got to keep it clean, and I think he's going to have a great shot to come all the way back. And just to boot, no penalties. That's looking really good for him.
Yeah, he's in a good spot. Really, really good spot.
A lot of laps left too. It's not the quickest lap in the wet around here, for sure. So he's got some time. We're gonna have a couple here to do under safety car. While we're doing that, let's just quickly see again. Another one, and I took your dogs again, as mentioned, up many positions now, 15 and 12, but they did get a little trapped there by the safety car. So let's just quickly explain that for those who didn't quite catch that, because it happens very quickly. Sometimes when a track has a longer pit straight, like this one does, as we've been mentioning, what can happen is if the timing is just perfectly, or rather imperfectly right, the drivers who are on that straight will not have an opportunity to pit, and the safety car will come out ahead of them, and it'll trap them there. They will not be allowed to go by. If they do, they'll be disqualified. So that's why we had a lot of drivers there not getting an opportunity to pit, is because that pit lane straight is so long, and I gotta say, it's happened to me a few times around here. So I share their pain, but it is just a risk with this track.
Unfortunately, it happens kind of often. But Hooligans has the skills to make his way back up to the top 3. Maybe even get the win.
Yeah, he's going to have a huge advantage here. And look at this, the rain has really gone away. So it's
Very
now,
dry line, yeah.
Yeah, now definitely into the intermediate zone. Maybe, just maybe, these drivers stayed out for that dry patch on the way that they might be seeing. Who knows? That could be a spanner in the works for HMP. We did not think of that, because it's changed a lot. It was so bad earlier.
Yeah, I would say it changed in about 5 laps.
Yeah.
I don't know, what do you think?
From this point to heavy wet and then back to this point again, yeah, it hasn't been too long. There has been a little bit of a yellow flag here to give a little bit of time. The game, as mentioned, doesn't do the best job of simulating things, so generally the longer things go, the drier it gets, but we will see. Safety car is in this lap. DRS Maestro is going to be behind Jordan, too wavy with no penalties. We'll see what H&P Hooligans can do further back, but all of these drivers are on older tires compared to him. How does Jordan get this going? DRS Maestro is right there, and Jordan does get going there just out of the last turn. Gets enough separation to be safe for now, hopefully. DRS Maestro is under a lot more pressure, though, from Jordan's teammate. Another one right behind him. Another one thought about the move there, but just not quite close enough, or maybe not the right time to do so. H&B Hooligans, does he have anything for now? Not quite, but he is right behind leader. Being patient for now, does not want to get damaged. Looks like another one has continued the fight with DRS Maestro. We missed that one, unfortunately. DRS Maestro had some difficulty there. He lost 2 positions now, back to P4, but he's one of the few drivers without penalty still. He still has that in his back pocket.
He just has to stay within this pack right here. They're not gone. He's still very much alive. But Hooligans. Oh, he's making a move.
That was aggressive. That was
no.
very, very aggressive. Clip Menzo is on the wet tire. I didn't even realize that, but that is a move that is a very low probability, unfortunately, and he did not get it done, but eventually does later on. I think he's okay. But
he's okay, but Hazy got through.
Right. His rival, as mentioned earlier, also on the fresh tires. And DRS Maestro now just recovering from that moment. He has lost a little bit of time from the McLarens, who are getting away. And look at I Took Your Dogs, just sneaking into P3 out of nowhere. I've been mentioning him all night, but I haven't seen him. And he's just had a solid race. Continuing on in the wet weather here in the Williams, his rival DRS Maestro behind him. They always have good banter between the two.
Yeah, I Took Your Dogs has made up 13 positions.
Doing
Hell of a
very
drive
good.
from him, yeah.
And this has not been an easy race to navigate. There's been so many places where things could go wrong. Hazy Ozzy is now moving on leader before turn 9 does... that was leader on T-Bone. Hazy is looking to get by T-Bone now. And I did see T-Bone had some damage there, unfortunately.
DRS Maestro gets a 3-second penalty.
Wow.
Everyone in the top 7 has a penalty. Hooligans the only one without one.
So let's just quickly recap that again. And the top 2 have 6 seconds. So that's not good for them. I think we missed that. I think we got another one, but I was not aware of Jordan having that. So now I Took Your Dogs is still in the net race lead.
Yep. You can still win this.
Hooligans is not making as much progress as I thought he would. Maybe his tires are just burning up a little bit with all of these crazy racing action going on around him. Who knows?
And I think Jordan and another one have to work together here, or else they're going to lose this race.
Right, they cannot throw it away. Oh, look at this! Oh, there's a battle with Leader and HMP, and Leader comes off worse from that. In the chicane there, through 5 and 6, T-Bone gets by as well. HMP is getting through, but it's a little bit argy-bargy. I think his wing is still in good condition. Yeah, he's good for now. He's got an iron wing. But Hazy is just ahead of him now, looking to get by Jay, who is also doing very well, but again was one of the drivers who did not get a chance to pit, or was just too quick to figure that out. Oh, Leader is getting by T-Bone there, who had the damage I saw, as we mentioned earlier. Looks like he's missing both of his end plates now, so he's going to be losing some time here.
Oh, that hurts.
Oh, Hazy is through on the inside of Jay, and HMP follows him, pushing Jay to the outside.
Nice.
HMP is going for it tonight. He is taking no prisoners. And he's trying to follow Hazy, who are now 4 seconds away from DRS Maestro. And then I Took Your Dogs is still doing well, roughly 1.8, 1.7 seconds away from the McLarens, who, as you mentioned, Chenzo, have to work together here.
Yeah, they can't lose any time. I think if they work together, they might just get the win and maybe even a 1-2.
And I think it might even be Hazy and HMP they have to worry about as well, because they are making up time
Yeah.
now
Yep.
in the clear air. So they got a lot of drivers behind them, and they have more penalties than them, particularly HMP. He could easily get a 6-second gap closed if things remain constant, but he's got to be careful. He's been really aggressive.
And let me tell you, the gap between Hooligans and Jordan is 6.8 seconds
Already. Oh, and Hazy
already.
gets another. Oh.
Oh no, tough break.
So I think what I'm going to do is just leave those penalties up for the rest of the race. They are really going to be important to keep track of. As Chenzo mentioned, Hooligans is just over that 6-second gap that he needs to be under. Right now, 6.1 seconds. Looks like another one and Jordan are swapping on the straight. But look at that. He is now in the race lead. But he's got to be careful not to battle too much. Oh, he's just on the edge. It's very close. But you'd
Yeah,
think
and,
he's going to have an
and,
opportunity. Oh!
and I,
Hazy.
oh no, I see. Hooligans is also battling I Took Your Dogs because he has a 3-second penalty, but
Right.
he's still gonna get provisional P1 because of his delta.
Crazy finish here around Imola. It's been an amazing race. Very few dry laps, but lots of entertainment, lots of penalties, and that's honestly a very not very unexpected thing. It is very difficult around here to get a clean race together, even if it's dry, let alone wet. It's hard. So Hooligans though just has to maintain his pace and not get any penalties, and he's got a great chance here to take his first win, jumping several drivers on the track. But hey, he will take it either way. And you're right, it has stopped raining. Is it too late though?
It's too late, I think. Too late.
Again, the pit lane is so large.
Yeah. And I don't think it'll dry up quick enough to throw on the softs.
So we really have if you think about it, like a 5-way fight for this lead here. We have another one in Jordan who are working together, but eventually you would think that will come to an end. You have DRS Maestro and I Took Your Dogs who just swap positions, who have only 3 seconds. They could get within 3 seconds of those McLarens. And then you also have HMP, who has no penalties and still the quote-unquote best chance to win right now. But it's all up in the air, and it's really kind of a time trial kind of race.
Yeah, so Hooligans now within the 6-second
yellow
that
flag.
He needs to get the P1.
Safety car would be like absolutely devastating. Actually, maybe not, because everyone has a penalty, but looks like no safety car for now.
And I'm not gonna lie, it looks bone dry, Greg. I think.
Yeah.
Maybe the right call is to go on the softs. I don't know. We'll see what they do now. They stay out.
They have to stay out, right? That's such a gamble. Does someone lower
lose
down,
30
take a
seconds,
shot?
yeah.
Hooligans gets by Dogs. Looks like Dogs had a moment there. His tires are probably burning up. And now Hooligans is roughly 9/10 of where he needs to be. Oh, it did lose there through the chicane. Or no, 9/10, sorry, I was watching the wrong driver. 9/10, so he is in the lead right now. But DRS Maestro is just 3 seconds ahead of him. So, like, it's all to play for. Could not tell you.
And who knows, Hooligans might even get a penalty in the last laps. Don't want to jinx him, but I've seen it happen.
And the DRS is enabled, and looks like some drivers are going on the dry tires. 4 of them. T-Bone, Dastardly, Menzo, and Snake and Beans. All pretty far back, unfortunately.
Fastest lap.
But they are flying, I'm sure. This track is really dried out. Hooligans' win just got a little bit tougher. It's been really unpredictable for him today. He's shown some aggression, but overall, he's got his car back to where he needs to be in position for his first win again. He's right on the brink, though, with DRS Maestro and another one in Jordan ahead of him. It's all to play for here with only 2 laps left. What does another one in Jordan do here? Do they continue to work together? Surely they do
Yeah, I
for
think they
now.
have to. Yeah.
But maybe the last lap they might have something to say. Hooligans is eating into that time, so at least he's on the fresher tires. I think that is helping him. Oh no! He gets the penalty! Oh no! Through turn 5 and 6, that was we were on board through
That is
that.
big. DRS Maestro now in provisional P1.
But only by a tenth. Just under that now. Half a tenth. Oh, he's over now. He's over. It's now 3.1. Another one is getting away here. Does he get this win out of nowhere? Obviously, he's been in the lead, but we thought other drivers had a better chance. As now we head on to the final lap. Again, kind of more so of a time trial race. There's not going to be much passing here, but it's just up to what the lap times these drivers can do. One more time, 31 laps. It's been chaotic. Here now on to the 32nd and final lap. DRS Maestro has fallen out of that 3-second advantage, and Jordan has dropped back from another one. So it is another one who is now looking to be your race winner at this very moment.
He's gonna get P1. You just have to keep it tidy. Don't do anything. Don't push the car. Just bring it home. Oh,
Jordan is pushing.
Oh, he goes sideways.
Jordan is pushing for sure. It's going to be hard to get with another one. The tires, I'm sure, are very, very hot and just overall slow now. Hard to drive like this, but they had no other choice. I think the soft tires, while they are very, very fast right now, they are just too far back to get anything done. And it's going to be up to another one to just have a clean last sector here through the chicane one more time. Jordan gets one more penalty.
One more.
That does not help him. So now I think it'll be another one, DRS Maestro and HMP, with maybe Jordan and Hazy being close together.
Big moment.
And another one does cross the line to take another amazing win. This guy has been on a roll. We've seen him defend it at the line. I believe that was at Baku, was it not, last time? And this time he gets it done with the time penalties being applied.
Yeah, what a win.
That was very, very entertaining. Yes, there wasn't those battles per se, wheel to wheel, but still very close margins for the win all the way to the end. HMP just came short. If he did not get that penalty, he would have won. And DRS Maestro also did very well, recovering from that sprint race, showing great pace all night and staying into P2, which is where he started, I believe. So, and then after that is Jordan, who had the extra penalty there at the end, just knocking him down a few more spots. Hazy was close, but not close enough to catch him into P5. I Took Your Dog still had a very, very good race up to P6 from a lower down position. Let's just quickly show that. Oh, I missed it. It was at least more than 10 positions, if not right around there. Very, very impressive from him. Very well done in the Williams. I think he's my driver of the day, Chanzo. But all of them earned it. And we will cover the rest of the grid from there. Who is your driver of the day? It's tough to choose.
Yeah,
Very
it's tough. You know, you mentioned I Took Your Dogs. He had an insane race. Also, obviously, another one who wins starting from P17, I believe. We'll see it right now, but
yeah, that's
he
right.
made up so many places from that bad qualifying. And I think, who else did I want to mention? DRS Maestro and Leader. Big race for Leader. Gets a P. Let me see, what was it?
And he got both.
P7.
He got points
Yeah.
both times, right? So
Yeah.
good
Points both
good
races.
stuff for Leader. Yeah, there you go. 8 points overall. So just quickly covering that race. It was Dogs, then Leader, Jay, AZ, and Golar got the last points. Overall, though, over the weekend, another one gets the most points by quite some margin, 33 over 20 of Hooligans in P2. DRS Maestro gets 18, all in the second race there. Hazy Aussie gets 16, Jordan with 13, Leader with 8 as mentioned earlier, Tookie Dogs with 8, sevens for BRZ and J, Bella with 4, and a couple of the drivers getting the remainder points there. Did not get them all, unfortunately. But overall, what an event we saw here. I think that might have been my favorite race so far, but they've all been really, really high quality, all for their own reasons. It's been a lot of fun again with 4 rounds now left. I will say another one did make the Drivers' Championship a little bit more straightforward tonight, getting a lot of points over Bella, but
Oh
we
yeah,
still
big
have
advantage.
lots to look forward to. Any last remarks, Chenzo?
No, it's just thanks for having me once again. You know, it's always a blast to be here at commentating on the races. You know, had a great one today, but then again, I feel like every race we've had before that has also been on the same level, and I can't wait to see what happens next week in Canada. Big home race for the commissioners.
Canada, awesome. That was great. I was looking it up and you had it already, so awesome. We are in Canada. Is it probably a regular qualifying next time around?
Yes,
Okay,
regular
so
qualifying.
regular, longer, kind of traditional session, but that's still going to be exciting. We have great battles ahead of us there, but that is going to it. Excuse me, been it for tonight at the Star Cup for our 6th round. 7th round is coming up next Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Same place, same channel as always. This has been Greg Jennings and Chenzo covering the Star Cup with a lot of action for us to enjoy. Thank you for all enjoying the stream. Have a good rest of your night and hope all is well for you.